All right, so this here is my cousin's 270 white, which you might have saw in his channel. And we tried to get it running that one night and he had it all out of whack. So we're gonna try to get it running and see, you know, what kind of shape it's in. It hasn't run for years. They took it apart years ago for some reason. And I think if I remember right, the original problem they were having with it is it just did not want to stay running. It would miss out and all kinds of other stuff. So I don't know. I can't fix it until we hear it run. So we got to do that first. He put it back together. The valves were out of adjustment. We tried messing with it there and it's just a sad story. His battery was bad. If you saw that video on his channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. So we're going to try to make this more better. So here we go. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man, and this is a 270 white, which is essentially a gray 1655. It's the exact same tractor, just different sheet metal covering it up, and the front frame extension, see, that adds room for your air cleaner and hang suitcase weights on. So I pulled it up here using that other customer's 1755, which is handy because, you know, when you don't own either piece, if you run them into things, it's really, you don't really care. So that was nice. But we're going to try to readjust these valves. They are not good. And I'm not really happy with his stud situation that he has come up with. He apparently lost some originals and he has put, what do I want to say? He's put all thread or something, and I don't know about that. I'm not sold on that idea, but for now, I just like to hear it run, so I'm not going to change it. I probably have some if I would dig around. He also used lock nuts on here, which why? Why did we do that? I'm pretty sure I have some of those, so we're going to swap out and get rid of those stupid things, because that just is not, no. Oh, geez. This whole arrangement just gets me. I'm not going to go into it. We'll just leave this alone and pretend they're fine threaded. I don't even want to think about that. But essentially, we have to redo the valve adjustment. It is not even right at all. And looking back at the book, it's 20 and 30 is the correct ones to use. The other day we set them to like the 88 measurements because I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Man, I just noticed he's missing his radiator cap. I wonder if he knows that or what's going on, or if it blew off on the way over here. That's a bunch of baloney. Now the way this works is, ideally you would have a feeler gauge that you could actually read. But most people don't. They just have something like what I have here. And I'm probably going to have to find a better one because, you know, if I can't read any of them, that ain't going to work. There's a little bit of... Alright, let me go find a better one. Alright. We now have a 20 and a 30. What we're going to have to do is roll over the old engine here, and basically when the one valve closes and the other one starts to open, then you do the opposite one to it in firing order. So if number one is coming up on compression, getting ready to fire, that's when you adjust number 6, and so on and so forth, because you understand how they're barred together. 1 and 6, these two, and then the middle two, they go up and down at the same height. So that's what we're going to do. I need to just get a wrench or something to put on the crankshaft, I think, to be able to turn it, because this isn't going to work. Just, man, just nothing is working out our way, to be honest with you. Maybe I'll just pull all the plugs so it turns super easy. I think that's what I'll do. Sure. Whatcha! There we go. Extendable ratchets. From a viewer. What was I doing? Okay, those aren't... That's not the right size, but that's okay. I can make it work. See, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this all apart, and then it'll start to rain and everything will fill with water. And then we'll know we got it in the best situation. His spark plugs are garbage. Just everything is garbage. I'm very frustrated. He did listen and he put some stuff down in there and then cranked it over with the spark plugs out to try to get it to go more better, so that's good. That one actually, maybe I'm prejudging him. Maybe he just painted over the plugs, because that one looked pretty good, really. They might be newer plugs and just, oh, this is gonna be quite the will it run. It's very hard to ignore these though. Those really bother me. That is probably why he cracked that aluminum thing when he was putting it together, because you don't have as much adjustment, or should I say fine adjustment, with the coarse threads as you would with the fine threads. You know, you can kind of sneak up on it better. And I'm just wondering if that was part of what he did. I retract my statement about the spark plugs though. These look like new, so they've just surface rusted, I guess, since whatever was done was done. Yeah, I don't think they've ever been run. I do remember though his key switch is junk. So, okay, now we should be able to just roll this sucker over. Just as easy right there as can be. Or not. Or not. Jeez. Okay. How are we gonna do this? Okay, will it turn over now? Boy, that sounds like... Okay, I know what we need to do. We need to go find our trigger so that we can do this by hand, because I don't think I can reach around. There we go. Right there. Is that right? I need to watch it again. I'm confusing myself here. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good there. Number 1 is in the middle of its thing. So we're going to adjust number 6. And intake would be this one. And it is way, way wrong. Way wrong. So this handy little snap-on tool that I've had forever and again works dandy for this. Kind of, to do it one-handed. Alright. Basically, the way this thing works is it's a socket with a screwdriver inside, and this turns this. Your socket locks on here. And then you can do it all pretty simple. This needs to be 30. And then it right. So I am miserable. Come on. I'd actually like to see that a little more. There. So, we did 6. Because 1 fired. 1. Now it'll be 5 as we're doing its thing. So, if we watch 5, then we'll end up setting 2. If that makes sense. But I'm just not happy with this whole situation we got going here with this dang thing. I can't get it. What has he done? I see what's going on. You'll see here in a minute too. Just a second. Alright. Sometimes it happens to the best of us, but don't let stupidity strike. Because I see part of our trouble here. And I'll show you. I also don't think his alternator's wired up right, but that is neither here nor there. We'll cross that road after a while. I wish he would have just brought this to me and let me put it together from scratch, because we just ain't, this is not going very good. Now, if I can get this, it still has this stupid belt guard on it, which I think I'll just about chuck. See our problem here? The belt needs to be in the second groove, not in the first groove. Now, all is right with the world, and I can actually tighten the alternator, which is what I need to do so that I can actually turn it by the fan. Because there's no way to get to it. The older tractors had a hole all the way through the front you could put a socket and stuff through, but this being new enough, they didn't do that anymore. So, alright. Yes, the jackass even knows what we're doing. And he's trying to help. Okay, come on. Now, I should be able to do this. Should. This motor just turns so tight. I don't know what's happening here. God bless America. Dang it. I'm not sure that that's what I want, but let me roll it back. Yeah, right? See, you can't tension the side of the belt. You can only tension one side of the belt, is what I'm trying to say, if you want to tighten something in order to move. And I need to be pushing on the opposite side of the belt to make this go. But anyway, this is up next, so that means we're doing number 2. I'm not explaining this very well, but I just want this to run. I'm over the theatrics of it. We're gonna have to get spark plug wires and all this, because this is just garbage, this stuff. There, that one. This one's exhaust. Setting valves is one of my least favorite things to do of all time. I don't know why. It's just, I can never be happy with what I'm doing. I always think, second guess myself, like I should just go a little more. So I probably set them on the tight side, and that's not good either. Okay, 1, 5, we did that one. So we've, okay, so 1, 5, 3, 6, 2. The next one we're gonna set is 4. So we need to be watching this one. I guess I'll just keep running back and forth to make this happen. I could do it from this side, I suppose. Maybe that's how I normally do it, I don't remember. Now, when it starts to open the next one, then that means this one's ready to go. Okay, so this is our exhaust. It's too tight. Get on there. Get on there. Get on there. That's a little too tight. That's good. I wish this thing was like 3 feet farther behind me, because then I'd be in the shade. That one is a little loose. Little loose. Okay, GoPro problems again. Too hot, shut off. That's fine, I get it. I'm kind of hot out there in the sun. Those are all set. However, I did notice something else while I was just standing here looking. And I don't blame somebody, because when you put something together that's all in pieces and you have no idea what you're doing, things happen. But don't think that you know what you're doing and just keep going. Seek help. Because what I noticed is there's no wire on our temperature sender. Which leads me to say, where could it be? Well, it appears to me that he's got it hooked to the hot of the battery, and that is not going to work at all. So we're gonna undo all of this and start over, because this is just not gonna, no. Get off of there. And now it's on there so good that it's gonna be about impossible to get it off of there. Come on. Come on off of there. There. This is the temperature sender. It's brown. And unless I'm wrong, they were all brown. But see, we got no idea what the dash is wired up like. It may have been disturbed as well. So, you know, this is the kind of mistake that's made when you don't mess with enough of the same kind of thing. I've done so many of these tractors that I know that's what it is, you know. So this is going to go to there. All right. The white wire hanging there would be for your front headlights. That's the way it always was. And then that leaves the other wire, which should be to your other position on your alternator. And what it has done is pulled out of the plug. But we will definitely double check all that before whatever. But I want to do this now because I don't want to send hot 12 volts to that gauge the whole time. That's probably a junk temperature sender, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I need to double check my colors, but I'm 99.843% sure that this goes in here because it's just pulled out of the plug. So anyway, we could do that now. We could do it later. There. All is right with the world, except for this. We messed with that last time too, when I was over there. And I brought up that this ain't gonna work with this nonsense. But, and when this is all said and done, this thing's gonna hang up here like such. So, I guess we'll splice an end on it. I don't like to do that, but in this case, that's what we're gonna do. We'll probably end up putting a complete wire into the distributor because I'm not happy with this. I'm not having a good time, my friends. There's just not as much joy in it when you know you're not getting paid and the tractor doesn't belong to you. Alright, now let's just let that hang out there for a little bit. Do we think it's going to run? I very, very much doubt it. I still very much doubt that that is actually gasoline that he poured in there, but he says it is. We'll give it a try. Let's see what happens. We ain't got no fireage whatsoever. Okay, now, brake clean makes a good starting fluid for gas engines. Let's go get some and squirt it in the carburetor to see it fire. And then after that, we'll disassemble the carburetor because I'm sure it is a rust ball of garbage. Let's give her some heat. Boy, that just sounds like not well, you know? Come on. Run! We probably should make sure it's still firing, but why do that when we can juice the crap out of it, you know? Let's go around and find out that it's not firing again. That way, you know, we'll be right in the sweet spot. And of course now this is all like in our way because the wires are too short. Oh boys. Okay. Gee, it's handy when that's right in your way. It looks very corroded again. It's okay. Our rockers are getting oiled. That's good. Yeah, those look like crap. Need to file points? Go rob your lady's purse and get one of these fingernail jobbies. They'll do the trick. However, they won't do it if you can't open the points, and I can't do that one-handed. So let's do this. There we go. Now, see how nice that works? Consequently, I guess now would be a good time to explain distributors. This is the original style distributor, which I see he has not locked down. Maybe I didn't lock it back down when I was messing with it the other night. But that is neither here nor there just quite yet. This style distributor from the factory uses a vacuum advance. So that's what your line is coming in here. Now, the issue is, where these wear out, this plate that the points are mounted on rotates with the vacuum. Well, as this plate wears, as you can see it going up and down, it will eventually let the timing change enough that it won't want to stay running. And like on our 1650 all the time, when I would go to put points in it, you would have to hold the plate down with a screwdriver and set the points, and then when you let the plate up, the points would come together, but the tractor would run. If you set it just as it is and the points were open, it would never, ever, ever run. So that is something to be aware of. And there's a little bit of that going on here, where if I really push down, I can make the points open. So that may be an issue that we have. Let's crank and see if we have any spark. Yep, we do now. I see spark. Oh, this is a mess too. Well, I'm not going to go there and tell you what I know. I know something about why that is, but I don't want to. All right, let's give her another try. It's not going to work, but let's try it anyway. Oh, geez. I just know that that stuff is not gas. There's a helicopter. They're coming to get me. I tell you, that government. Let's give it a shot of good juice again, but we're going to take the carburetor off next. Come on. Jeez, what a piece of garbage. Okay, well, so much for that. It's carburetor taking off time. Sure, well, I'm supposed to go to a birthday party later, but nobody's told me what time, so I guess if they want to see me, they'll call. Actually, it's making me kind of hungry now. I want to call. Oh, you know what? The gas is on. Is any gas coming out? No. So that explains some of this nonsense. It is dry as can be. There ain't nothing coming out of that old tank. But we're going to throw away this anyway, because I ain't even fooling with it. I mean, it's obvious that this is junk. There ain't nothing coming out of nowhere. Holy. Wow. Okay, well. I wonder if it's actually just out. or whether it's plugged up. Doesn't matter, we'll figure that out when we get there. I think it's empty, it sounds like, which is fine because that was garbage, like I said. I tell you, people and their contraptions. So we'll take this off and then ruin the gasket and then not have one. That's probably the way that'll go. I probably have one. Who am I kidding? I've got extra almost everything for one of these. Because we farmed with them for years. Just two 16 size tractors. And that's what this is. Silver 1655. I don't even want to see what this looks like inside, because I can promise you, friends, it is a nasty mess. I'd almost bet you. Let's hope you can see there. This is way too dirty to be working on this bucket, but it's what we got. And what I'm saying is, I am too lazy to go and, you know. Well, it looks a lot better than I thought it would, I have to say. As far as stuff goes, it's interesting though that, well, for one, the float isn't quite where I'd like to see it. Well, I didn't realize that I didn't have it pointed at you, but what I'm saying is, I'm just not real happy with this arrangement of stuff. It does look like it. It's got a plastic Venturi in it. It ought to be good enough to run, at least like that. Okay. That's kind of chewed on, but it ought to run. We may end up rebuilding this for real later on, but we gotta get something happening with it first, because he's on kind of the same page. If he can't get it, if it's got a major issue, he's gonna do something stupid like put a diesel in it, which I don't agree with, because it's worth more as a gas tractor, quite honestly, I think. Okay, camera failure again, heat. However, I determined that nothing's coming out of our sediment bowl. I got that all cleaned up. It was like glue. I drained out all that stuff that he claims is gasoline, which I very much do not believe after seeing it come out of there. Maybe at one time it was gasoline, but it sure ain't now. So we're gonna pour in some fresh gasoline. That's probably good. That's 2 to 3 gallons worth. Now, if all's right with the world, this will turn on and fill the bowl. And then it'll fill our line. Then it'll leak like a sieve. That's what we want. I'm afraid we're gonna be replacing all this fuel system stuff. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm afraid. I'm gonna say we are, because this is garbage. So, I mean, we should be getting overflowage out here. There we go. Okay. I think maybe now we're ready for attempt number 2. All right, let's put this here. Come on. Nothing. Let's give it some magic juice again. Come on, run you back. Come on. Okay. The other thing we don't know, since a while ago the distributor was loose, I'm also questioning myself whether or not that it is let's see here. Come on, turn over. I don't know why this motor turns over so hard. Yep, carburetor leaks. Yep. Now let's try it. Jeez. I don't know. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or, if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.